The alien perspective on humanity. The Grithkul ambassador shuddered, antennae twitching nervously.
They jog for pleasure, on purpose.
His aide, a younger, greener Grithkul, tilted his head.
But that is illogical. Inefficient energy expenditure, precisely, and yet they revel in it. They push their physical limits until exhaustion. Why? We still haven't deciphered it.
The younger one shuddered.
And they're young? They engage in something called competitive screaming. The decibel levels. They are a baffling species, terrifying, but undeniably fascinating.
The council convened, trying to make sense of human behavior. They pointed at holograms of Earth, highlighting human activities.
It defies logic. How do they thrive on such chaos?
The scientists continued their analysis, but answers remained elusive. Even the youngest among them were curious.
Why do they do it? What drives them?
The council pondered these questions deeply. The ambassador finally spoke. We must understand them.
Yes, understanding them is crucial for our future.
And so the study of humans continued, with renewed vigor and determination. For in understanding them, they hope to unlock the mysteries of their own existence, and perhaps find common ground in the vastness of the cosmos. Humans. The galaxy buzzed with tales of their bizarre habits. They consumed capsaicin, a chemical compound that caused pain, for enjoyment. They scaled mountains, for fun, not necessity. Their idea of relaxation was strapping a board to their feet and hurtling down a mountain covered in frozen water.
They call it skiing, Ambassador. Apparently, it's exhilarating.
The ambassador had stared at the datapad image aghast.
Exhilarating? It looks terrifying.
The aide nodded nervously.
They are different.
The ambassador sighed. Dealing with humans was like trying to understand a puzzle box designed by a chaotic deity. And then there was their obsession with jogging. On a death world, no less. Rain, snow, or blistering heat, they ran. For what purpose?
Ambassador, they say it's for health and enjoyment.
The ambassador looked at the datapad, bewildered.
Health? Enjoyment? It looks like torture.
And yet, they thrived on it, pushing their bodies to the limit. They even found peace in contorting their bodies into strange positions.
Ambassador, they call it yoga. It's supposed to be relaxing.
The ambassador raised an eyebrow, skeptical.
Relaxing? It looks like a form of self-inflicted pain.
Yet humans found tranquility in it, a paradox of their existence. They even sat in rooms filled with steam, sweating profusely.
Ambassador, they call it a sauna. It's for relaxation.
The ambassador stared at the datapad, utterly baffled.
Relaxation? It looks like they're cooking themselves.
And yet, they emerged refreshed, as if reborn. Humans thrived on extremes, finding joy in what others saw as madness. The ambassador could only shake his head, marveling at the enigma that was humanity. The Galactic Summit was chaos. Delegates from 100 species argued, debated, and occasionally shrieked in their native tongues. In the middle of it all stood Ambassador Jane Doe, completely unfazed. She had seen it all before, the cacophony of voices, the clash of cultures, and the endless debates that seemed to go nowhere. A Jikrith ambassador, all sharp angles and glowing veins, slammed a tentacle on the table. The sound echoed through the chamber, momentarily silencing the uproar.
This is preposterous. Your species insists on claiming this star system, yet you offer no logical reason.
Jane smiled, a gesture that made the Grithkul delegate behind her sweat. She knew the power of a well-timed smile, especially in a room full of tension.
Logic, we're human. We thrive on chaos. It's in our nature to find order in the disorder.
The Jikrith hissed, a sound that sent shivers down the spines of many in the room. But Jane stood her ground, unflinching.
Chaos is not a strategy. That's where you're wrong. Chaos is the birthplace of innovation, the crucible of progress.
The room fell silent as Jane continued. She spoke of humanity's history, of how they had turned chaos into opportunity time and time again. From the early days of space exploration to their current role in the galaxy, humans had always found a way to adapt and thrive.
We don't just survive chaos, we master it, and that's why we deserve a place in this star system.
The delegates murmured among themselves, the tide of opinion slowly turning in Jane's favor. The Jikrith ambassador, though still visibly agitated, could see the shift. In the end, it was Jane's calm amidst the storm that won the day. The council agreed to consider humanity's claim, a small victory in the grand scheme of things. As Jane left the chamber, she couldn't help but feel a sense of accomplishment. It was just another day in the life of a human ambassador in the galaxy. The Cathar invasion had been swift and brutal. Planet after planet had fallen, their defenses no match for the Cathar's advanced weaponry. Then came Earth. The Cathar expected a swift victory. They were met with guerrilla tactics, makeshift weaponry, and a ferocity they'd never encountered. Humans, outmatched and outgunned, fought like cornered wolverines.
They are tenacious.
The Cathar commander muttered, watching a human soldier take down a bioengineered beast twice his size with nothing but a sharpened piece of metal. The Cathar withdrew, their invasion stalled. They had underestimated humanity's greatest strength, their unwavering will to survive. The galaxy watched in awe and terror. Humans, the galaxy's unexpected space orcs, had earned their place, not through advanced technology or superior intellect, but through sheer unadulterated grit. They were a force to be reckoned with, feared and respected in equal measure. The Cathar Council convened, analyzing the unexpected resistance they had faced. They began to study human tactics, seeking to understand the resilience and adaptability that had thwarted their plans. Meanwhile, humans rebuilt, their spirit unbroken, their unity stronger than ever. Across the galaxy, other species watched with a newfound respect and curiosity, wondering what made humans so unique. Human leaders, aware of the galaxy's eyes upon them, began to plan for a future where they would not just survive, but thrive. They aimed to turn their hard-won respect into a legacy of achievement, pushing the boundaries of exploration and technology. In time, humans and aliens began to work together, forging alliances and building a future based on mutual respect and cooperation. The galaxy had learned a valuable lesson: never underestimate the tenacity and spirit of humanity. The aftermath of the Cathar invasion. The galaxy watched in awe as humans rebuilt their world. Their resilience and determination were unmatched. They turned their war-torn planet into a beacon of hope and strength. The Cathar, now allies, marveled at humanity's ability to adapt and thrive. The galaxy had learned a valuable lesson: never underestimate the power of the human spirit. As the dust settled, Earth transformed. Cities rose from the rubble, stronger and more unified than ever before. Technology advanced at a pace never seen, driven by the collective will to not just survive but to excel. The Cathar, once dreaded invaders, now stood beside humans, sharing knowledge and resources. Together they forged a bond born out of mutual respect and shared experiences. Human ingenuity and Cathar technology combined to create marvels that neither could have achieved alone. Space travel, once a dream, became a reality for many. New colonies were established on distant planets, each a testament to the strength and resilience of the human spirit. The galaxy, once fractured and wary of humanity, now looked to Earth as a leader, a symbol of hope and cooperation. Alien species, inspired by humanity's determination, began to adopt similar approaches, leading to a new era of peace and progress. Human leaders, aware of their newfound role, championed the cause of unity and exploration. They envisioned a future where all species could coexist and thrive, pushing the boundaries of what was possible. The legacy of the Cathar invasion became one of growth and unity, a turning point in the history of the galaxy. In the end, the greatest lesson learned was not one of war or conquest, but of the unyielding power of the human spirit. A spirit that, when tested, rose to the challenge and illuminated the path forward for all. The galaxy had indeed learned a valuable lesson: never underestimate the power of the human spirit. Celebrations erupted across the galaxy, marking a new era of unity and cooperation. The future looked brighter than ever, with endless possibilities on the horizon. Together, humans and Cathar embarked on new adventures, exploring the far reaches of the galaxy. The spirit of exploration and unity continued to drive them forward, shaping a future filled with hope and